Shalom. All glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect out there, man. And the brothers pushing this truth. Um, this is a World War III update. And I'm going to jump to a couple of things. But first, I'm going to start this. I'm going to read. Um, Hold on, give me a second. All right. It says, U.S. Iran conflict over a nuclear deal. All right. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, if I'm saying that correct, has indicated the possibility of World War III as he vowed not to let new U.S. President-elect Donald Trump withdraw support from the U.S.-Iran deal. All right. The statement came from Rouhani. From, like I said, I might be saying his name wrong. I don't know, but Mark can correct me if I'm wrong. But following Trump's mention of the deal in his proposal of renegotiation of the deal during his election campaign for the U.S. presidential elections 2016, he addressed the crowd at the University of Tehran. He said that he would not allow the U.S. Iran deal to suffer because of the new president of America, which is Babylon. This again appeared to be a World War III indication. Trump wants to do many things, but none of his actions would affect us. The Iranian president said, "Do you think the United States can rip up the JCPOA, the Joint Conversation Plan of Action nuclear deal? Do you think we in our nation will let him do that?" He called Trump as some man selected in America, and said that he might have plans regarding the Iran-U.S. deal that will be revealed later. He added that even if he wanted to weaken the agreement, the president would not allow him to do so. What role does Iran play in World War III possibilities? They play a lot. In prophecy, Ezekiel 38, man, with Russia. Iran, which is Persia, is is gonna blow this damn place, America, up, man, with missiles too. And especially Israel, man, where the fake red Jews is at. They gonna blow that bitch up too. And cleanse the land with the fire, man. Cause it tells you in Ezekiel, I'm gonna grab that after I finish reading this. But Rouhani stated that the nation has never been a threat to international peace, but America and Israel have been misguiding the world. Yeah, exactly. You know why? Because America, which is Babylon, is controlled by you Edomites, like it says in Psalm 137, man. To the seventh verse, to the ninth verse. You Edomites control Babylon. And you Edomites is over there in the land. You know what? He said America and Israel. I'm gonna just grab those scriptures real fast, just to prove a point. Cause Ezekiel 35, I believe, tells you that the heathen got our land, and especially you Edomites, man. Y'all got the land. You Edomites over there. You so-called white people. You Caucasians, man. All right, let me grab Ezekiel real quick and read that. Show you that we're not in that land, right? And they know, and these Iranians, they know these, which is the Persians, they know that you Edomites over there in Israel, y'all not the real Jews. They know that, but they won't. The funny thing is, they won't tell the truth who really is, because they came together. All these nations came together with one consent to hide the truth. So they all got going to slavery, like it says in Joel chapter 3, and you got it in Revelations. I think Revelations to chapter 13. But Yes, it's Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, right? And against all Idumea. Idumea is the Greek word of saying Edom. You Edomites, man. You so-called white people. You Caucasians, man. That's you. Which have appointed my land into their possession. Yeah, you got the land right now. Y'all stole the damn land. What is it? I got put over to 1947. Y'all don't belong over there, man. That's why that land got to be cleansed, got to be destroyed. Y'all be having gay parades over there and everything, man. Y'all gotta be cleansed, man. Y'all gotta be destroyed. You Amalekites, fake Jews. It says, it says, my land into their possessions with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. And that's exactly what you're doing over there. All types of abominations, praying to a damn wall over there, doing weird shit. You Edomites are weirdos, man. I can't wait till they shoot the missiles on you, you pieces of shits. And that's showing you that they got our land. And then Psalms also Psalms 137 proves that you Edomites control Babylon, which is America. So let me grab that real fast, man, and get back to where I was on. I don't want to be on this too long, but it's the show. Because these nations know, man. They know that, man. They know who you are. They know who we are. They're just not going to say nothing, man. All right, this is Psalms 137, verse 7. And I'm going to read the 9. Well, I'm going to read the 8. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, which is you Edomites again, you Caucasians, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, means tear it down, even to the foundations thereof. O daughter of Babylon, see, it links Edom and Babylon together, showing you that, because everybody knows America's Babylon, man. I just did a video on this pastor, this Edomite pastor, who said, we're living in modern day Babylon, man. So the truth is out there, man. Everybody knows this place is Babylon, man. This is the place that's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Babylon. That's been talked about. You know what I'm saying? It says, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against those stones, man. So that's linking y'all up to controlling the modern day Babylon. Because you got clowns out there talking about the so-called white man is not Esau. Well, who the fuck is then? Who controls the world? That's just common sense, man. And the scriptures tell you in Job 9:24, the world was handed to the wicked. Come on, man. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go back to Jeremiah 50 where I was at. All right, let me read the rest of this, man. I'm sorry I went off track a little bit, but I had to, just prove a point, man. Let me get back to where I was. All right, right here. All right. Sorry, man. Salaki. Yeah, it says America and Israel have been misguiding the world. All right, spreading rumors about the intentions of Iran. That's all they do is lie. They can do no good, man. According to local Iranian media, there is a less possibility of Iran being involved in intentioning inciting World War III. But if America's predictions are true, Iran might harm the world. Yo. America got some nerve though, man. Like, they got some nerve. They always pointing a finger at all other nations, which don't care about these nations, but it's showing you that America's a hypocrites, man. Like they never did, like they don't do no wrong, man. This place is wicked as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't set up you didn't kill leaders in different nations and set up puppets and shit like that, man. And then kill the people and shit, man. Just do crazy shit because you're the damn devil, man. That's why y'all over there right now trying to kill Assad, who was teamed up with Russia and China and Iran as well. Y'all trying to kill him because you want to set up a puppet leader in there, and then y'all want to take over everything, just like you want to do with Russia too. You want to do that with these nations that are not with you. And you had the Philippines, which is siding with Russia and China too. And that's what Obadiah chapter 1 and 7, man. So yeah, prophecies are happening. You know what I'm saying? The Lord caught you in a trap, America. Anyway, the nuclear deal, JCPOA, was signed between Iran and P51 world members in 2015. These nations include These nations include the UK, the US, Russia, Germany, and China. The deal requires Iran to limit its uranium stockpile to a certain I'll keep butchering the words, certain level by reducing the production to 98%. It says there is no doubt that the United States is our enemy. Rouhani said, as quoted by Daily Star, indicating changes of the commencement of World War III. If Obama signs the ISA, Iran Sanctions Act, but uses waivery right to cease its implementation, it still infringed the nuclear agreement, and we will reach to it. Yep, that was it on that one, man. Yeah, man. See, all right, let me grab Ezekiel, man. 38. Russia's not Russia. Iran's not dealing with America, man. Not rocking with America. This is what's going to happen, man. I mean, it's happening now, though. If you can't see it, man, hey, man, Spirit's probably not just dealing with you. He's not dealing with you, man. Spirit ain't dealing with you, man. If you can't see what's going on in front of your eyes, like, this nation's about to get ready for war. All right? You know, a war don't just happen out of nowhere. It builds up, and it's building up right now. You know what I'm saying? So let me get Ezekiel 38. Right. Ezekiel 38. I'm gonna do verse. I'm gonna start at 4. This is talking about Russia. Ezekiel 38. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army and horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armory, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. It says, verse 5, Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. This is a future prophecy, man. This hasn't happened yet. 6, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. And this is Russia's job right here in verse 7. Verse 7, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. That's what Russia's doing right now. That's what Russia's doing inside. It's being a guard unto them in Syria. Because everybody sees through America's BS, man. Everybody sees what America's doing. Everybody knows that America set up the Taliban, Al Qaeda, and then now ISIS. Everybody, ain't nobody stupid no more, man. Well, people in America, Babylon, y'all stupid because you're ready to celebrate Christmas while this is going on. That's why you gonna get caught off guard, man. You know what I'm saying? You got these other camps out here. They're not talking about none of this. All they saying is the white man's the devil, and that's about it. And you're an Israelite. That's good, but what about prophecy? What about what's going on? What about watching and praying? That's one of the most important things to be doing, man. Anyway, this ain't the only article I have. I got another one I'm gonna get out. So grab it. Okay, yeah, man. This is another one. I ain't gonna get too much into it because I want to get to something else. I think his name is John Pelger. Unveils World War III is looming as U.S.-China war set to unfold. Right? See, man, all these nations. I'll tell you in Joel, man, 3 and 9, man, they gearing up, man, gearing up. Let me grab that. Joel. This is prophecy happening, man. Matthew 24 and 7, man. Nation shall rise against nation. You should hear rumors of wars. Come on, man. As a matter of fact, I'm just grab Matthew 24 first. All right, Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right? Oh yeah, let me read the rest of it. And it said, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows, man. This is just the beginning. Like I keep saying, man, it's just the beginning, you know. And it's going to get worse from here on in, man. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Verse 10. But beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong, man. All these nations rising up, man. You know, coming together to go against America. You got some of America's allies turning on them, like in Obadiah 1 and 7. You know what I'm saying? Because they see America's weak right now, man. You people are under this delusion that America's going to be great again because red ass Donald Trump got in there, man. He's not about to, man, what? He ain't shit. What the fuck he going to do? He Edomite. These people are dumb, like, just like what Obama did when he came in there and he said all that bullshit lies. They do that to get in there, and then once they get in there, they do something totally different because they're not running it off of I done forgot what I was gonna say. Basically, they're not in control of anything, man. The elites control that, man. The banking families, Rothschilds, Dugettis, Rockefellers, man. That's who run that. That's who runs America, man. America's a corporation. You people are stupid, man. The American dream, man. It's American nightmare now. Anyway, man. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna read on that. All right, I'm gonna read the rest of this now. All right, Salaki. Hold on, give me a minute. I think I'm gonna start here. No, it's not it. While the rhetoric between Washington and Beijing has toned down the imminent threat of a third world war remains in the horizon, with tensions at the South China Sea yet to be resolved. It is likely that the conflict will suffer. I'm reading too fast, Salaki. It is likely that a conflict will surface soon. China's complaint against American interference in issues around the Asia-Pacific realm is not without basis. The Chinese believe that about 400 U.S. bases have been established within the mainland's perimeter. Slovakia. It's hard for me to say certain words, so sorry, but this mobilization includes the development of nuclear-armed battleships and fighter bombers, man. The proximal Salakia. Presence of military units is itself a provocation move against the nation with the world's largest armed forces. A recent development has rekindled the strain between the two superpower countries as upcoming U.S. President Donald Trump called up Taiwanese leader Tysa Ng Wing. The move has deeply offended Beijing, which is why it released a number of ballistic missiles to show its firepower capability, man. You see, that's the end game for America and a couple other places, but mainly America, which is Babylon, man. So, the scriptures tell you about the missiles, man. Jeremiah, man. Jeremiah, Jeremiah chapter 50 and 51, man. Hold on, let me go back to Jeremiah. See a war. See, America can't and escape, man. The Lord put this place in the chokehold, man, to where it can't it can't bargain with none of these nations. Nations want war, man. They tired of this America's bullshit. They just like, man, fuck it. Man. We tired of this place, man. Tired of you trying to control every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You always lying. So all America does is lie. Lie, lie, lie. Right? And this is the future of America, man. It's in the scriptures. Jeremiah chapter 50. Is this 50? Yeah, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 29. And it says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done. Do unto her, for she have been proud against the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah, against the Holy One of Israel, man. Yeah. And them bows is talking about, then the bows talking about, is the missiles, man. Matter of fact, let me read that one too. Alright, Jeremiah 50 and 14. Put yourself in array against Babylon, round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord. Them arrows is talking about the missiles. Why you think Beijing it says released a number of ballistic missiles to show its front? Because that's what's gonna happen. These nations gonna shoot missiles on this place. But let me see if there's anything else in there. Popular journalist John Podger has revealed the imminent danger of World War III in his latest documentary entitled The Coming War on China. Not only did his narrative expose the strong possibility of a nuclear conflict, but it is also divulged a critical development that will eventually instigate a serious miscalculation. Hey, it tell you, man, let me grab that too, man. I'm gonna read this first though. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 20, hold on, Salak. Hold on. Alright. Okay, yeah, Jeremiah 50 and 24. I have laid a snare, which is a trap, for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh. 25. The Lord have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah, man, of hosts, in the land of the Chaldees. Right. It says, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. And that's the future of this place, man. To be destroyed, man. This place has to go. Man, shit, man. If you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, and you love this place, man, something the fuck wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. You get shitted on all the time. They shoot you down the streets and you get no type of fucking justice. Anybody who wants to stay here, man, yo, death to you, man. You're a fucking idiot. The scripture said we got sold into captivity in Deuteronomy, man. It didn't say we was getting sold to our friends. It said to our enemies, man. Fuck is wrong with you niggas, man? You got Israelites talking about some build up in America, man. The fuck are you? What are you on? You smoking crack or something, man? How you gonna build up in your enemy's land? You know how stupid you sound? You stupid asshole. Showing you you're not preparing for the day of the Lord. You want to stay here. Talking about build up in America. What the fuck are you thinking about, man? Lord's gonna destroy niggas like that, man. You people claim to be in the truth, and you talking about building up in America, man. Lord's gonna destroy your ass, man. Anyway, man, this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 35. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. Right. Hold on, I'm gonna go. All right, I'm about to go to these videos now, man. All right, yeah. I'm gonna read a couple scriptures and then I'm gonna get on with the videos. But oh yeah, like I was reading, man, Jeremiah chapter 50. I just read verse 35, right? The sword should be upon the Chaldees and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, which is everybody that's here. 36, a sword is upon the liars, and they shall doubt. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. Yeah, be fools, man. Oh shit, it's a lot here. All right. Yeah, let me jump. Yeah. All right, let me read verse 40 in this chapter. It says, as Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Keep talking about how it overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, fire and brimstone, right? Showing you again, it's gonna be with missiles this time, man. The Lord gonna put spare these missiles, man. Blow this bitch up, all right? As Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. See, and it's showing you that it's not talking about ancient Babylon, man, because ancient Babylon is where Iran is at today. It's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about here, man. This didn't happen yet, but it's going to. All right, yeah. Let me go here now. Oh no, not here. Isaiah. All right, I'm about to hurry this up. I don't want to be too long. Oh snap. All right. Yeah, I want to grab Isaiah chapter 33 real quick. Then I had another one too. I had 10 actually. Let me grab 10 first. Where's it at? I had it Isaiah chapter 10. I'm trying to remember oh yeah. Yeah, here it go. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 10. Cause you Edomites think that you're all the stuff that you did, all the lands you took over, you really believe in your head that it was because of your own will. And I'm gonna get into a scripture about that. The Lord gives kingdoms to the kings, man. You know what I'm saying? He sets kings up and takes people out of power, man. He does that. So Isaiah chapter 10. Verse 13. For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. You know what? Salakia. I'm gonna where's it at? I'm gonna read Isaiah chapter 10 verse 5 first, right? Showing you that Edom is you Edomites, y'all ain't nothing but you're a whipping, you're the Lord's whipping stick for us to punish us. basically. But you're gonna get punished too because you went too far. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read this real quick before I get to the other ones. Yeah, but Isaiah 10 and 10 and 5, man. O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. You see? You get it? The Lord uses the Edomites to punish our people, 2/3 of our people, man. All right. 6. I will send him against an hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath, while I give him charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like mire in the street. Yeah, to tread them down like shit in the street. Ain't that what they doing? See niggas get shot. It's really because they wicked, man. Like I said in Job, man. And whoever been innocent perished. Whoever been innocent died. Anyway, I will. Yeah, I already read that. 7. Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doeth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. Yeah, he think in his mind. You talking about you Edomites, you Caucasians. You think in your mind that you're doing this all on your own, and you want to do more than what the power was gave to you to do, and you're gonna have to pay for that, man. You trespass, man. You're trying to go past your limits, but you ain't gonna go past your limits. The Lord said He set up boundaries for everybody that you can't pass. Once you try to pass it, your ass is grass. But all right, let me go to back to Isaiah 10 and where is it at? I'm gonna get to the point. 15, man. Nah, I'm gonna go back to 13. 10 and 13. For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and I have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a violent man. I'm gonna skip down to 15 now. Get to the point. Show the axe boasts itself against him that heweth therewith, or show the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it, as if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as it were no wood. The Lord saying, you ever use a tool, and a tool, you think a tool could, like, if you use a hammer, you hammer something, you think the hammer's gonna turn back around and talk shit to you? Like, I did this on my own? That's what He's saying for you Edomites. He says you are his whipping stick to punish the people or whatever. You know, punish us mainly, to punish us. But you boast yourself like you're not under control. The Lord got you in a trick bag, man. The Lord controls you Edomites on the left hand side, man. He uses Satan to control you. Hold on, Salakia. Yeah, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, uses the Edomites to punish us, man. Especially for the 2/3 of our people, man. But you so proud that you think you're doing all this on your own. Just like you think you can upset prophecy. It's not going to happen. That's why I was reading this scripture, because this is how proud you are. You're the axe in the Lord's hand, but you talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 16. Therefore shall the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. All right, 17. And the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his holy ones for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his briars in one day. Yeah, exactly. All right, that's it for that one. All right. All right, man. So last scripture, man. This is what's coming to you, Edomites. Isaiah 33, verse 1, man. No, Salaki, I was just looking at something real quick. All right, yeah. Isaiah 33 and 1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoils, and it's to you Edomites, and thou was not spoiled." Yeah, you wasn't spoiled yet. And dealeth treacherously, and thou dealest not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, thy shall deal treacherously with thee. So yeah, when you stop deceiving and well, not deceiving, but because you can't do that. But when you stop spoiling and trying to take over nations, when you think that you're about to fill your belly, like it's talking about your elites mainly. Uh, when you think that you're about to let me grab that. When you're elites, you Edomites, you think when you're going slack it. When you think that you're gonna fulfill your new world order, man, the Lord's gonna put a stop to your bullcrap, man. I'm gonna grab that scripture real quick. Yup, here it go. So, yeah, when you think you're gonna fulfill everything that you want to fulfill, it's not gonna happen. You got a boundary that you can't pass. All right, and I'm gonna read this. Yeah, Job 20 and 22. It says, and in the fullness of his significant, hold on. In the fullness of his significant, ah man, oh, I'm butchering this word right now. Hold on, Salaki. Yeah, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in strays. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill Salakia, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah, when he's at least think that, oh yeah, our new world order is about to be fulfilled. When they think they got everybody microchipped, with this mark of the beast. Mark of the beast is not no goddamn white woman. It's not no goddamn Christianity or no other dumbass shit that you niggas are preaching about, because you don't understand the scriptures, man. It's clear that the mark of the beast is a damn microchip, man. Because if the micro if not the microchip, if the mark of the beast was Christianity or some shit like that, well, didn't it say in Revelation chapter 14, if you had the mark of the beast, you're going to be destroyed? So that don't even make sense. And then when you look up the word mark in there, it goes back to karagma. All right, it goes back to the word karagma, which means a stamp on somebody. Like it's a physical mark. You stupid idiots. It's not no goddamn Christian. That's stupid. Anyway, sufficiency. That's what I meant to say. I can never pronounce certain words like that. And in the fullness of his sufficiency. Salagia, I was just trying to say that word, the whole time in my head. I'm like, damn, I said it before, but I be butchering the words sometimes. But yeah, man, when he's about to fill his belly, though, the Lord's gonna put a stop to him, man. He's gonna rain down. Where's it at? Let me go back there. Hold on. Where's this back there? All right. All right, I got one more scripture and I'm done. Where's it at? Isaiah 33 and 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. Yeah, wisdom and this knowledge is gonna be, it's gonna be your stability, man. In these times that we're living in, man. You got to get this wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, man. You got to pray to the Lord for for faith, ultimately, faith and more understanding and knowledge on the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch and pray too. You know what I'm saying? You people think just knowing that you're Salaki, just knowing that you're Israelite is not enough. That's not enough. Everybody know they're Israelite now. Not everybody, but in talking about the world of Israel, they know they're Israelites. So what? That don't mean you're gonna be saved, though. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you want to be saved. If you're not doing what the Lord tells you to do, you might as well just, hey, you might as well call yourself a 2/3, man. The main thing is prophecy, man. All right. But one more scripture. This is Luke chapter 21. 36. You know what? 35. For a snare shall come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So you're supposed to pay attention, man, and be praying. I'm not making Hebrew Israelite rap songs and stupid shit like that. That has nothing to do with prophecy, man. All right, that's not gonna get you saved. See, you people, man, what you gonna find out is when that day come, man, you're gonna be fucked because you're playing around. I mean, the elect's already on it, man. The elect, they're already gonna be sealed. Y'all Bashim Shah, willing. I'm part of that, but you people don't understand. You think like all Israel's gonna get saved, man? That's not according to the scripture. A lot of Israelites gonna die, even the ones who know they are, especially ones who know they are, and they ain't right. You're gonna die. But I'm not gonna ramble on too long. But call halal Yahweh Bashim Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom, to the hopeful elect out there, man. The brothers, man. The brothers that's pushing prophecy, and that's watching and praying and warning the people, and not making Hebrew Israelite rap fucking songs and talking about building up in America, man. Just worrying about stupid shit that doesn't matter. I don't got time for it. So, yeah, Shalom, man. Play this video.
Meanwhile, the possibility of a deal between Russia and the U.S. over Aleppo looks increasingly bleak after a strange move from Washington. RT's Ilya Petrenko is on the story.
Let's just look at the situation altogether. First of all, remember when this weekend in Rome, John Kerry put forward certain terms of some kind of deal on Aleppo that, according to Mr. Lavrov, were in line with Russia's overall stance on the situation in Aleppo. And Washington and Moscow were meant to agree on a specific date when they were going to discuss it to finally move from the vagueness to possibly concrete steps. But it's been 3 days, and today, Sergei Lavrov told the journalists that these proposals from John Kerry, they simply vanished. Here's how he described what's been going on.
Considering the negotiations on Aleppo, they're like something out of a mystery novel. On December 2nd, John Kerry asked me to support a particular document passed on to us by the Americans. The document is in line with our stance. The next day, we make a public announcement and suggest arranging a meeting with the Americans. Yesterday, we suddenly received a message from them saying they're not able to meet tomorrow because they've changed their minds. They're revoking the document, and now they have a new one which seems to bring everything back to square one. Once again, buying time for the militants so they can replenish their supplies.
So what exactly went wrong, we don't know, but apparently the Americans have backtracked here, and withdrawing terrorists from eastern Aleppo was something that Moscow has insisted on many, many times, and UN Special Envoy on Syria, he agreed to that, but the Americans, though, throughout the year, they have failed to separate al-Nusra and also the affiliated terrorist groups from what they call the moderate opposition. In the process of moving terrorists out of eastern Aleppo has stalled, but Washington, for some reason, keeps blaming Russia for hampering the peace process in Syria, just as it did once again during the latest UN Security Council on the situation in Aleppo. Please take a listen.
Russia says that they were on the cusp of reaching a deal with the United States to allow for some resolution of the situation in eastern Aleppo, and that this resolution undermines the negotiation. That is a made-up alibi. The United States, including Secretary Kerry, has continued our bilateral conversations with Russia to try and find some way to relieve the suffering around eastern Aleppo. However, we have not reached a breakthrough.
We've seen this many times. Secretary Kerry is working with Minister Lavrov to reach tangible results, but when they are close to an agreement, someone hinders them. This tactic is deeply regrettable. When a consensus is reached, and then we are told there was no such thing.
So really, a kind of a diplomatic mess happening here. Russia says that it's baffled. America keeps pushing the same line, but as we can see, the situation, as it is often the case when it comes to Syrian diplomacy, is changing every day. So we'll see what's going to happen in the next few days.
Now let's cross live to Syria to speak with Ziad Haidar, journalist and writer from the Al Safira newspaper. Mr. Haidar, thank you so much for joining us here on RT International. So what are your thoughts and what do you think of the rhetoric of the American diplomats and why it's so inconsistent?
Well, I think, recently it was a surprise to hear that the Americans have backed off the deal to meet with the Russians next week. But if you look at the facts on the ground, maybe this could be explained. First, in terms of the balance of power, it's turning dramatically towards the favor of the Russians. Just before coming to the studio, we heard that the Syrian army, with the help of its allies, managed to conquer more territory in Hay al-Sha'ar, in eastern Aleppo, and what is so-called the Police Hill, which is a strategical hill in the eastern part of Aleppo. So as time passes on, the Syrian army is taking over that part of town. The second element is that the rebels have declared 2 days ago that they will not apply any deal that consists of them throwing down their weapons or moving out of eastern Aleppo, which is supposed to be the way that the Americans were supposed to diplomatically put on the rebels. So in these terms, the Americans are not capable of really passing their part of the deal to the Russians if they were to negotiate. The third element, I think, is that this administration feels that it's running out of time. There is less than 60 days before the new administration with a new angle to the conflict comes in power, and I think for these reasons, it's possible to understand why the Americans have just changed their mind so quickly about meeting with the Russians and discussing the terms of a possible retreat of the rebels of eastern Aleppo.
Well, Mr. Haidar, internationally, everybody says that the bloodshed needs to be stopped, but what exactly needs to be done to end the suffering of the Syrian people, especially in Aleppo?
Well, it has been said for some time now, the Russians and the Syrian government have tried more than once to implement a ceasefire that could allow the radicals and the other rebel groups to withdraw from eastern Aleppo to different sides of the Aleppo suburbs or even to Idlib in matter to put this battle aside and save the civilians, many civilian lives. But it has been the problem has been always since the past 2 months that the Americans were not capable of applying such a deal. They were not. They said that they were not capable of pressurizing the rebel groups that are, or separating the Al-Nusra group from the other rebel groups in eastern Aleppo, and so the deal has never been managed to be lifted off. It has never managed to really be pulled. So in these terms, it's the Americans who really have the blame for this. There has been a ceasefire for 28 days at least. The Syrian government has tried. Six passages were open from eastern Aleppo before this battle started, and no one really wanted to move out. And for this reason, I think they are to blame for the situation that we have seen it come to now. And like I said before, the balance of power now is turning dramatically day by day. And I think in their terms, maybe this is not This is either you either do a deal with the Russians now or never do a deal at all, because there is no other option.
Right, Mr. Haidar, journalist in
Office drawing to a close. U.S. President Barack Obama has delivered his final national security speech, in which he defended his administration's legacy in fighting terrorism. During an event held in Florida, the outgoing commander-in-chief noted that he is the first president to have faced a daily war against America.
For 8 years that I've been in office, there has not been a day when a terrorist organization or some radicalized individual was not plotting to kill Americans. And on January 20th, I will become the first president of the United States to serve 2 full terms during a time of war.
In this speech, he reiterated what have been some of the common themes throughout the Obama presidency. He talked about the rule of law. Now, when he described U.S. operations and efforts against terrorism, he spoke about them as if they had been very, very successful. However, it seems that there's a lot more terrorism and instability in the world today than there was 15 years ago when the war on terrorism began. You can take a look at Libya and Syria, 2 countries that are just full of terrorism and instability and violence.
Muammar Gaddafi has lost legitimacy to lead, and he must leave.
You can look even further. Now, Obama did speak about homegrown terrorism, and he kind of de-emphasized it as a threat.
The most deadly attacks on the homeland over the last 8 years have not been carried out by operatives with sophisticated networks or equipment directed from abroad. They've been carried out by homegrown and largely isolated individuals.
Yeah, man, not to start the video and all, but I have to say something on that. Like, now I know a lot of people should know this, right? Now we know that America created, the Taliban and Al Qaeda and ISIS, right? So what makes people think that when these clowns get up here, these politicians get up here and they say things like what he's saying right now, well, the terrorists is homegrown. Who are they created by? And, American people are too stupid to really be on that level, man. They dumb the people down so much that you people believe anything they tell you on this television, man. If they created ISIS and all that other crap out there in the Middle East to conquer regions and take over the other nations' governments, what makes you think they're not doing the same thing? Which I know that they're doing that. Of course, they're making these false flag attacks, to start martial law, of course. But you got people out there that really believe like somebody's out there being a terrorist. No, they create the damn terrorists, just like they're doing in these other places. That's just common sense. I'm just saying, that's just common sense. They're doing it in other places. They're doing it here. It's your government. It ain't just Obama's faggot ass. It's all of them. The whole government's corrupt, man. It needs to be destroyed. But yeah.
Or radicalized online. These deranged killers can't inflict the sort of mass casualties that we saw on 9/11. But these terrorists want to cast themselves as the vanguard of a new world order. They are not. They are thugs, and they are murderers, and they should be treated that way.
But it seems that Western countries are facing a rising threat of terrorism in their home countries. If you look at recent events in Brussels, in Nice, and in Paris, Obama couldn't avoid mentioning that the Guantanamo Bay prison remains operational despite his own efforts and promises. This is what he said.
We're wasting hundreds of millions of dollars to keep fewer than 60 people in a detention facility in Cuba. That's not strength. Until Congress changes course, it will be judged harshly by history, and I will continue to do all that I can to remove this blot on our national honor.
Many questions are still being raised as Obama enters the very final weeks of his second term in office. People are wondering what will change under the new administration.
Diplomats are sending mixed signals over their willingness to strike a deal with Russia on Aleppo. Washington insists contacts with Moscow are vital to solving the conflict. However, it's just postponed the latest meeting planned between the Russian Foreign Minister and the U.S. Secretary of State. Sergei Chichikand went to the U.S. State Department to find some sort of clarification.
We, the public, are now left guessing what happened to the proposal that Secretary Kerry put forward last week, which, according to the Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov, would ensure the withdrawal of all militants from eastern Aleppo. Foreign Minister Lavrov said that proposal was in line with Russia's view of the way to move forward, that it would lead to the establishment of normal life in the war-torn city. Secretary Kerry and the State Department have not publicly commented on the proposal, except to say that technical talks were coming up.
These would be technical meetings to follow up on what we discussed today, but we will then see each other again next week at the OSCE, so there's a quick follow-up.
This was last week. This Tuesday, Foreign Minister Lavrov said the U.S. suddenly pulled its proposal.
Considering the negotiations on Aleppo, they're like something out of a mystery novel. On December 2nd, John Kerry asked me to support a particular document passed on to us by the Americans. The document is in line with our stance. The next day, we make a public announcement and suggest arranging a meeting with the Americans. Yesterday, we suddenly receive a message from them saying they're not able to meet tomorrow because they've changed their minds. They're revoking the document, and now they have a new one which seems to bring everything back to square one. Once again, buying time for the militants so they can replenish their supplies.
I went to ask the State Department what happened to the talks and to this reported proposal. Here. What is the status of those talks? Why were the meetings, as I understand the meetings, certain meetings that were due to happen this week were canceled? What happened?
Sure. I mean, again, we're just not, without getting too much into the details or the substance, we're just not at a point yet where we can say that getting together to have these talks would be constructive. When we get there, we'll do it. And I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to, be mysterious. I'm just saying I'm not going to get into the substance of our diplomatic discussions.
The State Department is tight-lipped about the dynamics inside the administration. I asked its spokesman Mark Toner to comment on Foreign Minister Lavrov's suggestion that there are, quote-unquote, apparently plenty of those who wanted to undermine John Kerry's practical steps, he said. But Mr. Toner refused to weigh in on that. It should be noted, this Monday, the U.S. pushed a ceasefire resolution through the UN, which Russia vetoed, citing a pending agreement between Foreign Minister Lavrov and Secretary Kerry. One has to wonder, what happened to that agreement? Who did not agree with whom? Perhaps inside the Obama administration.
We asked former CIA and State Department employee Larry Johnson why an agreement with Russia remains just out of reach.
I have no doubt that Secretary Kerry, if he talked about it, I think he was sincere in trying to strike a deal. The problem he faces is he's not doesn't really have the full clout and weight of President Obama behind him. There are others in the Obama administration which have opposed that kind of approach and see that as a sign of weakness. So I think, again, it just reflects the chaotic nature of Barack Obama's presidency. And this goes to the point that Samantha Power is close with Susan Rice and close with Ben Rhodes. So they reflect sort of one camp within the Obama administration. John Kerry reflects another camp. There's also, they have the strong backing of my former organization, it would appear, the CIA, in terms of wanting to continue to support the rebels. But the unfortunate reality is that those rebels tend, by and large, to be radical Islamists.
Politics is becoming more visible. People are turning to non-establishment politicians, but it seems that the mainstream media has been quick to label them.
Unser Thema heute. Trump, Le Pen, Petri, die Stunde der Populisten.
What should Europe do to curb the rise of populism across the continent?
Die Rhetorik der Populisten ab. Sie ist universell.
Populists are popular. So is it power to the people or a degraded form of democracy?
Many in the EU are worried about the rise of populists across Europe.
Worrisome, dangerous. But let's just take a look at the definition of the word populism from the Cambridge Dictionary. Defines populism noun, political ideas and activities that are intended to get the support of ordinary people by giving them what they want. So why such a media buzz?
The mainstream politics and mainstream media are simply not trying to find answers to the demands and the tribulations that regular people have across the world today is exactly why we have these situations. And I think they are absolutely connected. They're embedded with one another, right? Mainstream media, mainstream politics, they work hand in hand. And people are sick and tired of this politics. And I think that people just simply want solutions to the vexing problems we have in the world today.
The so-called populists are gaining momentum, probably because conventional politicians have failed to strike a chord with their populations. Europe is witnessing an unprecedented refugee crisis in the wake of Angela Merkel's announcement to open the EU's doors, and the bloc has failed to effectively tackle the flow of the newcomers. France has seen a wave of violent protests against controversial labor reforms pushed through by its socialist government. Now, Brits' apparent fatigue of Brussels' influence and bureaucracy is among the reasoning leading to Brexit.
The main reason the United Kingdom voted the way that it did is you have, by stealth, by deception, without ever telling the truth to the British or the rest of the peoples of Europe, you have imposed upon them a political union.
And of course, people in the US showed their apparent distrust of establishment candidate Hillary Clinton and her promise of change for better foreign and domestic policies. So it's perhaps no wonder that it's these ideas that are capturing the voters' imagination.
Our goal is peace and prosperity, not war and destruction.
Disengagement from warmongering expeditions is beneficial for France.
Angela Merkel opened German borders for everyone wanting to come to Germany, not distinguishing between real refugees and migrants from all over the world.
Those people who don't appreciate our country, who go to war for Islamic State or rape women.
Iran's parliament, a 290-seat body that is in charge of legislation, opens up to the media on a host of issues, and particularly the U.S. Congress's recent decision on the Iran Sanctions Act, or the ISA.
An act to reauthorize the Iran Sanctions Act of 1996.
Last week, the U.S. Senate voted unanimously in favor of the measure that, if turned into law, would renew sanctions against Tehran for 10 more years.
The bill is passed.
The Iran Sanctions Act targets Iran's energy, military, and banking sectors. It was first signed into law in 1996 under Bill Clinton's presidency, and it will expire by the end of December this year, if not extended. Speaker of Iran's parliament, Ali Larijani, said such a measure by the U.S. does not comply with the nuclear deal reached between Iran and the P5+1 in July last year.
The U.S. congressional decision breaches a number of articles stipulated in the JCPOA. During the negotiations, Iran told the U.S. that extending the ISA will be a breach of the deal, but the American negotiating team did not agree with this.
The nuclear deal is a 159-page document under which Iran agreed to limit its nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. Iran regards the U.S. Senate's renewal of the anti-Iran sanctions as an open violation of the nuclear deal. Iranian people say the measure has further ruined the image of the United States in their minds and added yet another brick to the wall of distrust between the two countries. Iranian people's distrust toward the United States has its roots in the history of the two countries' relations. The U.S. role in the 1953 coup against Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh, its support for the 1980 to 1988 Iraqi-imposed war on Iran, and other dark memories still bother Iranian minds.
The U.S. has always been seeking its own interests, even by backing down on its commitments to an agreement.
The U.S. will be the first victim of the violation of the nuclear deal, because it is overturning an agreement that was observed and signed by 5 other countries.
Iranian officials have not stopped short of reacting to the U.S. legislation. On Tuesday, President Hassan Rouhani criticized the move and called on the U.S. President Barack Obama not to sign the legislation into law. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif has said that the extension of sanctions shows the unreliability of the American administration. Tehran has warned that it will take retaliatory measures if Washington signs the bill into law. Yusef Jalali, Press TV.
Major U.S. military buildup is currently underway in the Pacific, with the sole purpose of confronting Beijing, and that's the focus of a new documentary, The Coming War on China. It's produced by an award-winning filmmaker, John Pilger, and will air on RT Doc. Well, Pilger believes the two nuclear powers are heading towards war. And let's now cross live to Laura Smith, who's in London for more on this revealing film. Hello there, Laura. So, can you give us some more insight into this film?
Yeah, this is a film that is made by John Pilger, and it investigates and reveals this massive build-up of American military forces around China. So what's being reported in the mainstream media as China's ambitious expansion, its reclaiming of land in the South China Sea, is in fact a response, because according to Pilger, what's not being reported is that China itself is under threat. So this pivot to Asia that President Obama talked about in 2011 has resulted in 400 US bases encircling China, essentially. Bases in Guam, elsewhere in the South China Sea, in South Korea, in Japan, forming what Pilger calls in this film a noose around China. And it's a noose that is made up of missiles and warships and even nuclear weapons. Here's an excerpt.
The winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, President Barack Obama, has committed to trillions of dollars to our nuclear arsenal. He's committing trillions of future dollars to war in space. And we need an enemy for all this money, and China's the perfect enemy.
China's alarming creation of entirely new territory in the South China Sea is one part of a broader military push that some fear is to challenge U.S. dominance in the region.
We have China surrounded, and we're doing more all the time to try and keep it surrounded and deepen that containment of China.
The United States is the world's biggest military power, with bases and missiles and ships covering every continent, every ocean. China is a threat to this dominance, says Washington, but who is the threat?
Pilger says the point of this reporting in the mainstream media is to prime the world to regard China as the new enemy. He spoke to RT's Going Underground about the film, and he told Afshin Rattansi that the aim of it was to break a silence around the fact that the US and China could be heading for war.
The point about all of this, is that I don't think anyone wants nuclear war, or even a war between great powers like the US and China. But what is happening here is the laying of ground, a landscape of potential mistakes and accidents. So we're back to that almost a strangelove world which we worried about.
Strangelove world that Pilger's talking about is one where as he puts it, we stand at a few minutes to midnight in terms of the threat of nuclear war. Well, you can watch the whole film on RT's documentary channel. Here's how.
We can see that China is the basic cause of all of our troubles in Asia.
The Chinese, 2,000 years ago, built the Great.
Yeah, man. This is what's going on in the world, man. While you people getting prepared for Christmas and all that bull crap, things are about to kick off, man. All right, World War III is coming. All right, Revelations 11 and 14, man. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, man. So, yeah, with that, all glory and praise to Yahweh Shemi Awashad, that honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect out there who's pushing the truth. Shalom, man.